Welcome to Lucy Red Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Nestled here in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains in northeast Oklahoma along the famous Route 66. We have two teams ready to get their kicks tonight as the Canton Classics face off against the Tulsa Desperados. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Thank you for joining us tonight on SFL YouTube. My name is Josh Zirkle. I'm going to be doing play-by-play for you tonight. And joining me in the booth is my best friend in the whole world, Aaron Alexander. And Aaron, we got a couple young teams here, one very young team in Canton still looking for their first win of the season. What do you have your eyes on here at Tulsa tonight?
I mean, it's going to be a close one. I think just looking at things, Canton's going to have a tough time dealing with the likes of Douglas Brown. They have one of the worst rushing defenses. Meanwhile, Tulsa is going to have problems with Cameron Curtis and the rest of this Canton receiving core, as they're among the worst passing defenses in the league. So we could potentially see a pretty high-powered shootout between the Desperados and the Classics.
And Tulsa, who got their first win of the season last weekend against Indianapolis, looking to make it two in a row here. Again, one of the four expansion teams here on the SFL horizon making their debuts. Indianapolis, another one of those four. Certainly a lot of excitement here, a lot of storylines to get into. And we will have all that for you here. Visit Lucy Red Energy Drink at lucyred.com and see why the energy is amazing here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the Desperados and Classics set to kick off here in just a second. It will be the Classics in white tops and dark red pants getting the football first. Tulsa in black from head to toe. And we are set to get underway here in the Ozarks. Let's get it on. Canton from inside their own end zone. They're going to run this out. And then out to the 21-yard line. And that is where Canton will set up shop. Aaron, I've never seen a kick that far, that close to the sideline.
Yeah, no, definitely a bit of a long one there. Potentially something to look out for in this one. We may see one go out the back of the end zone on a kickoff.
And that's Brooke Beisel who kicked that off in her second season. Full of surprises here. And Cameron Curtis will dump it off here to Robert Johnson. And Johnson will get a yard, maybe two. Let's meet this Canton Classics offense. They have one offensive lineman. His name is Girth Lord. I'm not making that up. The wide receiving corps, KJ Alejo, Kendra Hall, Al Dillapre Sr., Mike Twinscrew, Jack Wall in his sixth season. He's playing tight end. Chris Komisak is the fullback. Robert Johnson at halfback. And under center for his fourth SFL season, Cameron Curtis. He will throw again here on second down. That is caught. And for the first time tonight, the Classics move the chains on offense.
Yeah, former Toro to former Toro on that one. Cam Curtis hits Mike Twinscrew, both joining Canton in expansion here.
And Curtis will do it again. On first and 10 from the 34. Johnson's going to get stopped at the line. Nice effort there by Philadelphia Collins, the outside linebacker, to make it second and 11.
Yeah, great stop by Collins there. They're actually going to mark that a 1-yard loss, so a rough start for Robert Johnson on the ground in this one. But Tulsa's been very good against the run this season. They've ranked third at this point here in rushing yards allowed per game.
Chris Komisak in the backfield for Canton. Johnson again has a head of steam up the middle. It's going to be 3rd and 4 on this next play. Let's meet the Tulsa defense. On the front, Chris Andrews, Berto Demora, the rookie Mike Mello, and Jaden Swift. The linebacking core, Miles Gibson, David Ware, and Philadelphia Collins. Nate Heslep is in his 10th SFL season. He's playing cornerback. And the rest of the secondary, Skinny Washington, Cameron Shaw, Travis Arthur, and Marco Swift. 3 wideouts now for Curtis, throwing here on a big third down, and that is picked off! And we've got Skinny Washington, and he's going to do the thing, running it all the way back for a pick six, and Tulsa strikes first.
Man, If anybody's playing the old Mark Lopez SFL bingo card tonight, I don't think a pick six in the first 3 minutes was on that card. But if you had it, boy howdy, you are living the good life right now. As Tulsa, not even playing offense, finds themselves immediately with a 6-point lead here in this one. A great interception by the rookie Skinny Washington.
Skinny Washington, first career interception, first career pick six. Congratulations to the rookie out of San Jose. And now Brooke Beisel will look to make this a 7-point lead right out of the gate, just getting started here in Tulsa, and fireworks already here on SFL YouTube. So glad to have you with us. And Beisel is true on the extra point, and it will be 7-0 Tulsa. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy, and Brooke Beisel will put the boot to her second kickoff in just over 2 minutes. Al Dillapre Sr. on the return duties tonight. He'll get this out to the 25. And Cam Curtis and company will try again on the offensive side, Aaron.
Yeah, Cam Curtis going to look up to shake off that that interception that puts Skinny Washington above the great Eddie Gage in career pick sixes.
Oh, come on. How dare you? The man has an open wound, and you jam your thumb into it with such reckless. Robert Johnson, a bit of a wreck there as he runs around the left side for a gain of 2. Philadelphia Collins there again. And Washington, he is a guy that has been very active in chat. I see him putting up some good stuff on the SFL Discord server, and he has, at least on the social side of things, he has the poise of a veteran. And so to see him get a pick and run it back to in just his 3rd career SFL game, very excited. Congratulations again to Skinny Washington. Curtis over the middle. There's a big catch. And that is Kendra Hall coming up with a big catch there, getting her team out near midfield.
Yeah, Kendra Hall, known for her deep route potential back in Vancouver, comes over here to Canton in the offseason. We haven't really seen her pop off like we expect to see. So hopefully, we see some more of that potential here with Cam Curtis under center.
And now a 3-wide set. Curtis throwing to the right side. Johnson has the ball, but gets out of bounds. They're going to lose yardage on that play, Aaron. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little overthrown there. Robert didn't really have much of a choice but to just catch it and run straight out of bounds. Unfortunate. It's going to end up in a 1-yard loss, but definitely not the worst situation that you can have here for Canton.
Canton in love with this 3-wide set. They're going to try it again. Johnson in the backfield by his lonesome. And there's a catch. Jack Wall, the tight end, he's going to move the sticks. 6th-year man, 6'7", 255. 6 catches last week, has his first catch tonight.
Yeah, nothing a little all slants can't fix after that 1-yard loss the play prior. A good catch by Jack Wall, his first on the night. I'll probably hear his name a lot here moving forward as well.
Another 5-step drop by Curtis. Johnson from a dead stop will try and get it going again, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Skinny Washington making the tackle again. Skinny Washington making an early bid for player of the game.
Yeah, Skinny Washington has been kind of all over the place to start this one. He had that early interception. He gets the tackle on Robert Johnson there. On the opposite side of the field, he got the pick from, so good on the rookie. He's all over the field tonight.
Another 3-wide set. Chris Komisak back in the game on 2nd and 10. Short drop. Johnson again, this time catches it with some inertia, but it's still going to be a 3rd and long. The Tulsa secondary come into play. It's Nate Heslop this time on the tackle.
Yeah, it's not just the secondary either. The linebacking core in the area too. Philadelphia Collins assisting the cornerback Nate Heslop on that tackle. And Canton's going to find themselves with a very difficult 3rd and long here, though they're in Tulsa territory.
Four wideouts now, bunched to the bottom of your screen, and Curtis will throw the out route. I think that's Kendra Hall again, and that's going to be short of the first down. We certainly want to extend our well wishes to Kendra Hall, who was checked into the hospital late last night with some COVID complications. Thoughts and prayers out to Kendra and her family, as they're obviously hoping for a speedy recovery there, and so are we. Doug Six, the punter, out now for Canton, is going to try and pin Tulsa deep. Tulsa has not had the football yet on the offensive side. No pressure on the punt, and this is going to be a good one. Can they down it? And look at that sucker check up right at the 8-yard line. Doug Six like, yeah, buddy. Yeah, you go ahead and strut off the field, Doug. That's a hell of a punt.
Yeah, Doug Six gets some good backspin on that one. So instead of it rolling forward toward the end zone like we typically see, it just takes a bounce and kind of dead stops there at the 8-yard line. A great punt by Canton's going to set up Tulsa deep in their own territory here for their first offensive drive.
In the shadow of their own goalpost, Tulsa will go heavy set on first down, and there's the handoff to Douglas Brown, the sophomore sensation who had a great rookie season. Let's meet this Tulsa Desperados offense. They have 3 offensive linemen. They are, 2, Will Stevens and Phoebe Collins. They do have a tight end. His name is Jim Copeland Jr. Gabriel Manning in his 10th SFL season. Corey Jones in his 12th. And DJ Hume and Sonzo Robinson complete the wide receiver core. Justin Williams, the fullback. Douglas Brown, the halfback. And JQ in his 4th SFL season dumps it off to Brown. Brown makes a nice spin move and gets his team a little breathing room. It's going to be 3rd and inches there. Brown a touch slow to get up. Well, nice catch and run there by the 2nd-year running back, Douglas Brown.
Yeah, definitely agree with you on that one, especially that spin move. That we've seen Douglas Brown do that since his time in the minor leagues. I'm surprised they didn't spot that as a first down, but as some of these ball spots this season by these referees have been questionable at best.
Very polite way to put it. Brown again on short yardage has the first down. And the heavy set coming through once again for Tulsa as they move the chains for the first time tonight.
Yeah, some much needed breathing room for the Desperados, no longer deep within the shadows of their own goalpost, as Tulsa now still inside their own 20, but definitely a lot more room that they had at the start than they had at the start of this drive.
4 wide now for Tulsa. JQ under center. And the righty will throw on first down over the middle. That is picked off. Canton comes up with their first turnover of the game. It's Bob Funk, the 5th-year free safety, and Canton back in business on offense.
Yeah, Bob Funk, the one-time All-Star coming over from Portland to join Canton here. Again, it's a very similar throw to what we saw on the Cam Curtis interception early on. Just a bit lackadaisical, for lack of a better term. Just kind of a sitting floater there. This time it's the free safety that gets the good read on it. And now Canton has the ball just outside of the Tulsa red zone.
Almost 3 points guaranteed here. Robert Johnson with a huge burst up the middle. And that's going to be close to a first down right there. Yards per carry certainly helped on that run by Robert Johnson.
Yeah, that run a bit out of character from what we've seen so far this season from the Desperados defense. Don't expect a lot of those reasonably, because again, Tulsa's rush defense, very good. Didn't really show it on that play, though.
Canton will go heavy here on 2nd and inches. Johnson has the first down. He'll be out to the 12. And now interesting, Aaron, here at 1st and 10 at the 12, they don't need to reach the end zone here. They can get as inside the 2 and still get a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, but Tulsa's defense is not going to make that easy. This kind of looks like Canton may have a good chance, though, going 4 wide here.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. Jack Wall on the right side as well. Curtis finds Wall. Wall's close. Will fall over the line to gain. And just like that, it is 1st and goal for Canton.
Yeah, that's unfortunately one thing that Tulsa's defense has struggled with this season is their pass defense. So they're currently ranked last in the league as far as yards allowed, allowing 360 yards a game. So we may see them go for a pass here despite the I-form.
Tulsa loading the box. Johnson stopped in the backfield. David Ware, the third-year linebacker, who came over this past offseason from Carolina, coming up with a big stop, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, big stop there for Ware. Going to be a 2-yard loss. Going to be a bit more difficult for Canton to find the end zone here with just 2 minutes left in the first.
Look at David Ware, like a predator. I almost can't see him against the wall with that black on black. His black sleeves. Curtis on 2nd down, hit as he throws it, and hit as he's thrown, as a matter of fact, by Berto Demora. Getting great pressure on the quarterback, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Cam Curtis, though, that's one thing that we can give to Curtis's credit is his ability to get rid of the ball when under pressure. It doesn't always go, positive. It usually ends incomplete, but it prevents the sack, which is arguably the better option if you're Cameron Curtis.
Chris Komisak back in the game. Both backs staying in the block. And that pass is deflected. Philadelphia Collins coming across as Curtis trying to connect on the out route. And that deflection basically takes points off the board as Tulsa's going to try for a field goal. Jack Wall, the intended receiver.
Yeah, big play by the outside linebacker here to deflect that ball away. It's going to force Canton to reasonably put this to the boot of their kicker, Rob Ems, from who came over from LA. A lot of former Lycans and Legion in this one.
This will be a hair under 20 yards. Rob Ems from his left hash. Spot is down. Kick is up. It is blocked. And Tulsa coming up with another huge play here in the first quarter, blocking that Rob Ems field goal attempt.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the Indianapolis-Tulsa game last week, that at some point we're going to see a field goal or punt blocked, and Tulsa coming to play on special teams. The very next week, they get a field goal block, and Canton comes away with no points after being just a yard from the end zone.
And JQ again starting a drive behind his own 20, but this time going out of the shotgun, and will throw it over the middle, and that will fall to the turf. Looked like Jim Copeland Jr. was the intended receiver. But Tulsa comes out swinging, 2nd down.
Yeah, not really sure what happened with that pass. But, better it fall incomplete than one of the Canton jerseys pick it up. So a sigh of relief from the Tulsa sideline after that pass.
An electric first quarter here in Tulsa winding down. JQ will stay in the shotgun for 2nd down. A rainbow over the middle, and that falls incomplete. I counted 7 white jerseys around the intended receiver. Among them, Evan Lacey, the 4th-year strong safety. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that one intended for the 12-year veteran Corey Jones. Unfortunately, just too many Canton defenders in the area. That one, a bit of a poor decision there by JQ, but he's going to stay in the gun here on 3rd and 10.
This is remarkable. The bunch formation now. And it looks like Canton is ready for them in terms of their defensive personnel. Q over the middle time. This is caught. And this will be out to the 30-yard line. Gabriel Manning, who's come up with so many clutch catches in his time as Tulsa, makes another one there.
And second verse, same as the first. Gabriel Manning doing Gabriel Manning things, getting Tulsa out of the stickiest of situations. A great catch there by the veteran receiver.
And after that sequence, Tulsa will go back to the heavy set, but Q will continue to throw. Douglas Brown with a head of steam and a spin move there. An outstanding catch and run by Brown, and another first down for the Desperados.
Yeah, great job by Douglas Brown. Makes one miss with a spin move, breaks another tackle, gets a lot more yardage than he should have initially. Just made that poor man look silly. I feel so bad for J-Rock on that one.
J-Rock feeling the majesty and the wrath of Douglas Brown when he has a head of steam. And now Tulsa on the logo this time from their own 45. Q back to the shotgun. Will avoid pressure. No, he won't. Down he goes. And that is a big sack. Gary Burney, one half of the carries here. And Canton comes up with his first sack of the game, second and very long.
Yeah, very, very big sack by Burney there. Just a great swim move to get around the block, and nobody else in the backfield really to offer JQ any time of extra protection. Nothing developing really well downfield for JQ. It's going to be forced to take that sack. Big 8-yard loss here for the Desperados.
Burney, one of the few bright spots of the Portland season in season 18. Q throwing under pressure. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 18. Let's quickly introduce the Canton Classics defense. On the front, Chris Porter, Mike Gall, the lovely and talented Odette Boudreau, and Gary Burney, the linebacking core, Mark Gronick, Gary Clem, and the rookie Adam Chance. In the secondary, Connor Darien, J-Rock, Frank Bernstein, Bob Funk, and Evan Lacey. This should be the last play of the first quarter. J-Rock under center, 4 wide. Douglas Brown in the backfield. 3-man rush. Q gonna unleash the dragon, and that is picked off again. Bob Funk, second pick of the game.
Yeah, Bob Funk just, again, second interception here on the day. Pretty much the same exact type of pass, just kind of thrown up there, and Bob Funk playing center field in a deep zone just gets a great read on it, gets full extension on the jump, and now Canton has a bit of a chance to make some more forward progression here before the end of the first quarter.
Bit of an arm punt there for Tulsa. Canton will start from their own 39. And it's likely this will be the last play of the first quarter. Comisac in the backfield in front of Rojo. Johnson. Stopped around the left side. You see the numbers there for Johnson. 8 carries in the first quarter. That's a bit of business for the running back. And we've got plenty more business to come up. That is the end of our first quarter. Tulsa strikes first, but Canton threatening to go down the field here to start quarter number 2. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Josh Zirkle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. We got all kinds of guys on stats today. David Ware, Justin Reside. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. 4 wide now for Canton. Robert Johnson up the middle. And the defense spread out enough that he got to the line of game before even being touched. And that will put Canton in plus territory. Aaron Alexander.
Yeah, a bit of a bad defensive call there by Tulsa, allowing all that space in the second level for Robert Johnson to get the yardage that Canton needed for that first down here.
Curtis, who threw an interception earlier in this game, will throw again here on first down. And that is going to fall incomplete, intended for Kendra Hall. And that was Travis Arthur, the second-year free safety, coming up without. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, another free safety, again, just playing center field, able to bat that one away, intended for Kendra Hall, that pass.
Your score update for you if you're following the Pacific Division. Vancouver leading Los Angeles 10-7. And obviously you can watch that game on Rare Drop Sports. As Cam Curtis throwing to Rojo on the right flat. And he has brought down 3rd and 8. The SFL has partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution, in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events, all in the works. Check out SFL games on their Twitch channel. And that's at twitch.tv/RD Sports. And if you want to check in on that LA Vancouver game, you can do that over there, but be sure you come on back to Tulsa. Big 3rd down. Cam Curtis unloads it to KJ Alejo. That's his first catch of the game, and that's going to be short. Looks like we're going to see Doug Six take the field and punt this one away.
Yeah, another questionable decision by Canton's offensive coaching staff, calling the out route there on 3rd and long. And while it does work, they do get the yardage. They don't get enough for the first down there. I definitely think, at least now, and especially at halftime, they need to take a look at their play calling philosophy. Try and go away from those out routes on 3rd and long.
Again, no pressure on the punt from Six. And again, a beauty. And he's going to go into the end zone for the touchback. Canton had that one, but it was Cap Edwards, the backup corner, who couldn't keep it in front of the goal line. And JQ catches a break there.
Momentum is a heck of a drug, and unfortunately, a little too much on that one, unfortunately, for Doug Six and the Canton Classics.
The second turnover where Canton did not get any points on their ensuing offensive drive. Gabriel Manning making a catch out in the left flat to get the party started. And that's a nice gain to start. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and it's key that you bring that up, because these lack of points on turnovers could end up being the difference maker here for Canton in this one, as far as the end result of the game.
4 wide now for JQ. Trips to the bottom of your screen. He will throw over the middle again, and that is complete. And a fresh set of downs this time. That's Jim Copeland Jr., the tight end wearing a number in the 40s. That always throws me off. A nice catch there by Copeland.
Yeah, just look at this absolute needle that JQ threaded in order to get that ball into the hands of Jim Copeland Jr. A little bit later or a little bit earlier, and that pass is likely falling incomplete. Great job by Q on that pass.
You would not have guessed that he's thrown 2 interceptions in this game based on the confidence he is showing in the pocket. Douglas Brown around the right side now. And there's another great run by Douglas Brown. A guy who looks so electric. In his first SFL season, really was a big component of this Tulsa team's recovery from a 2-win season to a playoff contender in just one off-season's time.
Yeah, Douglas Brown has been the absolute difference maker here for the Desperados.
Back to a heavy set on 2nd and short. Brown again. And Brown this time nowhere to go. It's going to be Jay Rock that shuts it down in the backfield. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, unfortunately, the blocking there for the Desperados just kind of fell apart. The Classics getting a great jump off the snap in order to prevent the tight end and fullback in the backfield to get out to their blocking assignments in time for Douglas Brown to get any sort of positive yardage.
JQ throwing again on 3rd down, and that is Corey Jones, the 12th-year wide receiver, coming up with a big one, and that puts Tulsa in plus territory.
Yeah, I'll be honest, for a second I thought that ball fell incomplete, but no, J-Rock just kind of mistimes it there, and Corey Jones is like, all right, yeah, thanks for missing that. That's mine now. Have a nice day.
And Corey Jones clearly with the foot in bounds. I don't think we'll see a challenge on that.
Not at this point, no.
Not at this point. Justin Williams back in the game at fullback. He's in front of Douglas Brown. Q, short drop, finds Brown in the left flat. Brown outruns one defender and then gets taken out by the second. That's Gary Clem on the tackle, but another big gain on 1st down, 9 yards for Douglas Brown.
Yeah, and I think the game plan for Tulsa is Douglas Brown. We're gonna see Gabriel Manning do Gabriel Manning things because that's just Tulsa. That's what Tulsa does. But we're also gonna see a lot of Douglas Brown in this one.
Touch number 8 of the game for Brown. Brown has a 1st down and a spin move and gets loose on the left side. Douglas Brown in the end zone. Tulsa strikes again.
From Gabriel Manning doing Gabriel Manning things, now we have Douglas Brown doing Douglas Brown things. What can Brown do for you? He can find his way to the end zone after a couple missed tackles and a couple nice spin moves there. It's got to put Tulsa up by 2 scores now. after the pick six early in the first by Skinny Washington.
And that was just a zesty run. It looked like he was going to get stopped maybe for a yard or two, but then found his way loose and turned it into a foot race into the end zone. Douglas Brown, my goodness. Touchdown, rushing touchdown number 5 of the season for the second-year halfback. And Brooke Bison will add the extra point. And Tulsa in command here, 14-0. The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker, Say It With Your Chest, Netma, and more, covering season 19 and beyond. You can check out archived versions of these community shows at simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment. We've got a whole kit and caboodle of it. Dilpree from his own end zone will get out to the 24-yard line. It was 6.5 to play here in the first half, Aaron. You got to think Canton's going to try and get something going here on offense.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen Robert Johnson get involved a little bit. I think what Canton needs to do, though, is they need to target what has statistically been Tulsa's weakness, and that's defending the pass, but it doesn't look like we're seeing that so far here.
Robert Johnson up the middle, and he's going to truck a defender and has a head of steam out to the 45-yard line. There's a veteran answer to the Douglas Brown touchdown. Robert Johnson, you flex, young man.
And, of course, as is customary in these games, Robert Johnson immediately makes me eat my words after a run like that. A great start to this drive for Canton, and if Rojo can keep that up, we may finally see Canton on the board here in this game.
An outstanding run right out of the gate for Johnson. A deep drop for Curtis here on first down. Hit as he's thrown, and that is going to go over the head of Kendra Hall. That's Chris Andrews, the 6th-year defensive end, applying pressure. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kendra Hall, not able to haul that one in. Haha, nice. Funny joke.
I love it.
Unfortunately, though, Cam Curtis succumbing a bit to the pressure, ends up overthrowing that one a bit.
Drips to the bottom of your screen. 6 defensive backs on the field for Tulsa. That is complete to Twin Screw. Twin Screw out to the right side. And a 3rd and medium here coming up for Canton.
Now, see, this is the type of situation where you call that 5-yard out route. Because realistically, you're going to get the yardage. If you don't, you're probably going to be close enough that throwing the red flag is incredibly appealing, and my end of more than likely will end up going your way.
Curtis will throw it again. Just over the middle. That is knocked down by Skinny Washington. And Curtis didn't look like he had a lot of options on that throw. And we will see Doug Six, the punter, once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a lot really developing downfield. Tulsa's secondary playing really tight defense on the Canton receivers. And Skinny Washington, again, just in the right place at the right time to deflect that ball away, is going to force Doug Sis to punt this one away again. And Canton has just been struggling offensively here early on.
That was a great read by Washington, too, recognizing the crossing pattern, staying in his place, and then stepping up to make a play on the football. Pressure on the punt. Doug Six will get it away. He's had a couple of gems earlier in this game. This one will actually get returned out to the 16-yard line. And that's where JQ will take over. Gabriel Manning on the return.
Yeah, Gabriel Manning able to get a bit of a return on that one, but then takes an absolute lick by the special teams unit. And again, Tulsa finds himself starting the drive inside their own 20. So got to give credit to Canton special teams. They're at least doing the best they can, trying to pin Tulsa deep in their own territory here with these punts.
Inside the 20 for the 3rd time today. JQ, short drop, will unleash the dragon over the middle. Corey Jones coming up with a big catch. And Corey Jones, just like that, gets Tulsa out to midfield on the first play of the drive.
A Gabriel Manning-esque route there by Corey Jones. Normally we'll see Manning run those type of routes. Corey Jones gets the call this time, and boy howdy's in an absolute beauty of a route. A bit of a sidearm throw there by JQ, just perfectly placed in the hands of the receiver. And Tulsa now, from starting in their own 20, now finds themselves just on their own side of midfield here.
And Q throwing that right in the face of Bob Funk, who was oh so close to having his third interception of the game. Q will throw it again on first down. Brown on the right side. Brown has room. Out to the 30. Inside the 30. Down to the 28. Another monster first down gain for Douglas Brown.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Canton defense just not really expecting the flat there, because there was just so much room for Douglas Brown to run. Even before making that first man miss, he already had the first down just from the open space in front of him. So, again, Canton needs to find an answer for Douglas Brown. Otherwise, the scoreline's just going to get worse for them.
5 DBs on the field. They're giving those Tulsa receivers a lot of cushion. And that play looked like it got blown up in the backfield. Q trying to make a break for it. Nowhere to go, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Josh. I don't know why Q decided to scramble there. I think you have the right of it. I think there was a bit of a miscommunication between Q and the backfield. No harm done, though. It's just going to bring up 2nd down. No real loss of yardage on that play.
3 wide again for Q. Over the middle again. That is caught. It's Justin Williams, the fullback, running upfield and coming up with his first catch of the game.
Gotta love the fullback getting love there. I
know you do.
bit of a soft streak right up the middle. We've seen that play a handful of times. I wish I could catch like that. My goodness, a great job by Justin Williams on his first grab of the day.
Brown around the right side. Brown gets absolutely blasted by Jay Rock, flying in from the secondary. And that'll make it 2nd and 8. No big gain on first down there.
Yeah, props to Adam Chance on the setup for that hit by Jay Rock. Definitely could have gone for a lot more if the linebacker hadn't slowed Douglas Brown there. Great job by the Canton defense on that play.
Justin Williams will stay in the game. 3 wide outs for Tulsa. Brown up the middle. Brown to the 10. And Brown is going to be inside at the 7. A big 3rd down coming up for Tulsa.
Yeah, big 3rd down situation. I want to say that Tulsa has guaranteed themselves 3, but we've already seen that that's not the case. We've already seen a field goal blocked in this one. So Tulsa probably, realistically, they're going to hand this one off to Douglas Brown for that 1 yard. We may see it go to Justin Williams even. Get the fullback involved even more.
We could. Q throwing out to Brown on the flat. That's been there inside the 5. Touchdown, Douglas Brown. Finding the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Flat, spin move, bonus yardage. That has been the bread and butter for Tulsa in this one. That is like the 3rd or 4th time that has worked. I feel bad for Adam Chance, the rookie, just not really able to do anything to bring Douglas Brown down. He doesn't look it. He's built like a UPS truck. That's why his last name is Brown. Fun fact.
Is that why his last name is Brown? It has nothing to do with family lineage at all.
No, not at all. Definitely not at all.
The baby came out and said, what does this baby look like to you? Well, I think it looks like a brown UPS truck.
Built like a UPS truck, exactly.
Yes, and then at that point, we fill out the birth certificate. Brooke Beisel makes the extra point to make it 21-0. And I think I don't have any more reads here. Give me some thoughts on the game. I mean, this has just been masterful by Tulsa. Everything going right for the Desperados so far tonight.
Yeah, this has been arguably their best offensive game so far this season. And that's after their win last week against the Ramblers, where they put up 48. They're currently up 21-0 in the first quarter. It's been Tulsa's time to shine in this one. I kind of feel bad for Canton, I'll be honest. They've been doing their best, but Tulsa's just been on a different level in this one.
Well, you can see the game comparison there. Tulsa is giving up some yards to Canton and giving up some balls too. Bob Funk 2 interceptions on the game. They've had some opportunities, but 0 points from those 2 interceptions, and I think that has been the difference in the game so far today, along with a blocked field goal. Cameron Curtis will start a shotgun on first down, throwing over the middle, and that is deflected. Kendra Hall probably triple covered there in that play. You see the numbers there, only 2 catches on 5 targets, second down.
Yeah, that one a bit dangerous. Kendra Hall not able to get her hands on it. Kind of bounces around between some of the Desperado defenders there. Lucky that that one falls Canton's way, incomplete. Going to bring up second down here for the Classics.
Cam Curtis in the shotgun. 6 DBs for Tulsa. Short route over the middle. That is caught. That's Alejo doing a little dirty work in between the hash marks. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, Alejo picking up 9 there on the all slants pattern. It's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning here, Josh.
Can the Classics get it out of first gear, where the Desperados run wild here in the Ozarks? You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. SFL action week number 4. Canton visiting Tulsa. Josh Circle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. Cameron Irvine producing. Cameron Curtis throwing. And there's a rainbow to Kendra Hall. And Kendra Hall coming through for Canton. She finds the end zone, touchdown. Canton Classics.
You knew it was coming eventually. Kendra Hall just slips through all of the Desperado coverage, and Cameron Curtis just throws an absolutely beautiful dot into the hands of his receiver. Very, very quick. Canton's out of first gear now, Josh. I think they finally found their way into second here.
Got this offense in overdrive now on that. Tremendous throw. You see the numbers there, 86 yards. The 64-yard catch and run to pay dirt that at long last gets Canton on the scoreboard. And now Rob Ems will attempt to make this a 14-point game. Spot is down, kick is up, and it is good. And you said it, Aaron. Kendra Hall, who had been covered so well just a couple plays ago, finally got loose. Cameron Curtis got to the ball, and she did the rest.
Yep.
Rob Evans will kick it deep. Gabriel Manning waiting on his own goal line. Actually, a couple steps into his own end zone. Manning will take it out here. Gets to the left side, and then down at the 27. And Tulsa will get one more bite at the apple here before we head to the intermission.
I won't lie to you, Josh. For a moment there, I thought Gabriel Manning was going to break that one for a kick return TD from like 3 steps in his own end zone.
He does have 2. To his credit, is that all time? Or is that this season?
That's just this season.
That's remarkable. Jay Rock knocking down that pass intended for Brown. And you're starting to feel the momentum shift here in Lucy Red Stadium just a little bit as we are winding down the first half here.
And boy, Canton desperately needed that momentum shift. They were struggling here before that deep bomb to Kendra Hall, but that could be the spark to shift things more in Canton's direction.
And that might be the thing that this gives Tulsa the incentive to shut it down here in the second half as they decide to go heavy set. Douglas Brown nearly breaking away there. Bob Funk finally corralled him to make it 3rd and media, but Aaron, clock continuing to run. Tulsa does not really seem too eager to put points on the board here at the end of the first half.
And honestly, I don't think they need to. They're still up by 2 scores here. They get the ball back at halftime. So, yeah, if you're Tulsa, you can just take as much time as you want here. I see no problem with this.
JQ looking for Brown again, but Brown is out of bounds. Actually, they're going to give him the catch and mark him for a loss of 1 yard. Not sure it makes too big a difference at this point, but
It's gonna give Canton the ball back, though, with about a minute 5 to try and score again before halftime.
you are correct, sir. First appearance of the game for Ismailia Farouk. He finally gets off the sidelines, a punt. Pressure from Canton. Farouk will get it away. And that is fielded at the 33, down at the 35 goes Dillapre Sr. And as you said, Aaron, the Canton offense will take the field one more time in the first half.
Yeah, and if you're Tulsa, this is not what you want right now. The momentum is currently firmly on the side of the Canton Classics. They still have a bit of a ways to go. They're about 65 yards away from the end zone. But when you have a receiver like Kendra Hall, 65 yards is nothing.
You're thrown out of the heavy set. That is complete. And Canton's going to hurry it up here. That's their backup tight end that made that catch. Ty Tend, number 89. And again here on second now, Robert Johnson in the flat. That's complete as he approaches midfield. And Canton will call timeout.
Yeah, smart call by Canton to call their first timeout here. They do have the first down now. But Tulsa needs to shut this down and shut this down now.
You can very content to just stay in this heavy set. Not looking to run and gun here. At the end of the second quarter, another throw downfield intended for Hall, but that was low and nearly into the hands of Gary Clem. And Clem will wave that off, second down.
Yeah, it was Cameron Shaw actually.
Excuse me.
For Tulsa. It's fine. No, numbers are confusing sometimes, Josh. I get it.
I was told there would be no math.
You were lied to. I'm sorry.
Curtis on second down, throw it to the right. Robert Johnson will break a tackle and gets loose, but falls out of bounds. Well, steps out of bounds, excuse me, before getting upfield. And now a big third down here for Canton.
Yeah, but importantly, it stops the clock with without Canton having to use a timeout. So,
you know, I'm glad you pointed out that was Cameron Shaw, because I was going to say Gary Clem's gotten a little too much sun lately. I mean, just get some sunblock, my friend. And there's a big catch. Dillapre. No, excuse me, that's Twin Screw. Coming up with a huge catch at Canton. And this heavy set has been wheeling and dealing their way down the field here at the end of the first half.
yeah, and I mean, realistically, it makes sense. Canton's defense sees, Tulsa's defense sees Canton coming out in this heavy set. They're expecting a run, so they're really tight in the box, but they keep calling passing plays, which is forcing their secondary to do a lot more work than normally they would in a pass type situation. They usually have some support from their linebackers.
Chris Komisak back in the game at fullback. Curtis to Johnson. Johnson making a run for the sticks. It's going to get stopped, 2nd and 3. Canton will hurry up.
Yeah, and Tulsa desperately needs to find a stop here. A pick would be glorious.
Play action, 14 seconds remaining. Kendra Hall makes the catch, but backwards she goes. Canton will use their last timeout with 12 seconds left in the half.
Canton has a choice here. They could just go for the end zone and potentially not put points on the board because time expires, or they could just go ahead and bring out their field goal unit, which we see here, Rob Ems from his left edge, excuse me. And Can's just going to take the points here and walk away, and I think that's the best call for them. Keep the momentum going into the locker rooms.
This would make it an 11-point game. Rob Ems from 32 yards, and that is good. Ems' first field goal of the day, and it's 21-10.
Yeah, this one, thankfully for Canton, not blocked this time. But, yeah, Canton now after allowing 21 unanswered, puts up 10 of their own before halftime. And despite not getting the ball back at half, the momentum firmly on the side of the Classics at this point, Josh.
I would have to agree. And Gabriel Manning will get one more shot to do a Gabriel Manning thing, but he will go down at the 24-yard line. And the rest of the first half, all but a formality at this point.
Yeah, Tulsa does have time for one more play. We could still see Gabriel Manning do Gabriel Manning things if Tulsa decides to go 4 verts here.
JQ, who has 2 interceptions already today, will come out in a 3-wide set. And a short drop and over the middle. And just one more catch for Corey Jones over to the right side on the slant. And that is going to do it for the first half. Tulsa coming strong out of the gate. But Canton storming back with 10 unanswered, as you said, Aaron. 21-10, your halftime score. Aaron Alexander, your thoughts on the first half?
I mean, realistically, like expected, it was pretty much the Douglas Brown show. He has over 100 all-purpose yards by himself. Over on the other side, Canton has been, especially late in that second quarter, finally attacking the weakness that has been Tulsa's pass defense. Great half for both teams. Excited to see how the rest of this one plays out.
As am I. Gabriel Manning gets the rock out to the 29-yard line, and that is where Tulsa will set up on the offensive side of the ball. Esports TV has partnered with the SFL to bring sim football to millions of homes over the next 2 years. ESTV is the world's first 24/7 live, linear, and video-on-demand esports channel available everywhere. Visit estv.co to learn more. JQ will throw it here on first down. Has time over the middle, and that is in and out of the hands of Justin Williams. Looked like that hit him right in the breadbasket. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I feel for Justin Williams on that one. I have experience in the field of dropping passes like that, and let me tell you, I know how Justin Williams is feeling right now. Probably beating himself up a bit over that one, not catching that ball, but it wasn't picked off. So
Tulsa lives to fight another down, and we'll do so here out of the heavy set on 2nd down. There's the throw to Douglas Brown, and there's a guy who knows what to do with the football. Almost getting out to the sticks on 3rd and inches. Welcome back to Lucy Red Stadium here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Visit Lucy Red Energy Drink at lucyred.com and see why the energy is amazing. And Aaron, this guy's had some amazing energy so far.
Yeah, Douglas Brown has been electrifying, for lack of a better term. He's been the heart and soul of this Tulsa offense and is a big reason why they have this 21-point lead. He's scored 12 of the 21 points here so far for the Desperados.
And since Douglas Brown, who gets the first down there, is actually married, or at least engaged, the last I understand, to Brooke Beisel, that household has accounted for 15 of Tulsa's 21 points.
The high-scoring household there, the Brown and Beisel house.
One of the most dynamic households in SFL history, to be sure. Justin Williams back in the game. Both backs will stand to block. Q stepping up in the pocket. That is a great throw, but my goodness. Flipping out of the hands of Corey Jones. Evan Lacey there played some outstanding defense downfield. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just an absolute great effort by JQ, stepping up in the pocket as it collapses around him. Gets the throw off on the run, unfortunately. Evan Lacey, bit too tough on the coverage of Corey Jones there.
Brown around the right side this time. Spin move and still loose and gets another first down. Chris Porter finally brings him down, but not before he gets a fresh set of chances after passing the line to gain.
Yeah, Douglas Brown, he despite this being his sophomore season, He
Yes.
brings such a veteran presence to the Desperados backfield. Again, especially in this game, he's been the heart and soul of their offense. He's now just under 150 yards all purpose. Douglas Brown is a monster.
And the monster will get another crack at it. Evan Lacey again for the second straight play. Cannot bring Douglas Brown down. And there's another big gain there. 2nd and 3. And you mentioned just the maturity of Brown. And he was, as you know, Aaron, one of the more well-developed players coming out of SFLM, the minor league system. And I think the year before he actually did get drafted, I expected him to go off the board relatively soon. Was not drafted, and then of course went first overall to Tulsa the following year, as Douglas Brown actually hit for a loss that time. Mark Gronick on the tackle, but when he finally did get to the big stage, I mean, he was more than ready.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair to Douglas Brown, the season before he got drafted, there weren't a whole lot of running back openings, and the backs that got picked up, I think there was only 1, maybe 2 that were picked in the draft before him, and those backs have been doing big things in their own right too. Bailey O'Shaughnessy, the one that comes to mind here.
Absolutely, in Denver. And the waiting list was significant. And the Tulsa offense will go to the sideline and wait a little bit. Here comes Ismaili Farouk for another punt.
Yeah, Canton defense stepping up really big here like they did in the latter part of the second quarter. Again, the momentum firmly on the side of Canton.
Fair catch by Dillapre at the 11. And that is where the Classics will take over on the offensive side. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net. We got all kinds of stuff over there. Links to apparel from Sector 6. SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Features from our content team. Swamp Talk. Power rankings. All kinds of good stuff. League records. Team stats. Here comes some stats. Cameron Curtis getting sacked. That is a big sack there. Jaden Swift doing the dirty work.
Yeah, that one almost a safety realistically. I think they made the right call spotting the ball at the 3, but Canton now in dangerous territory.
Robert Johnson and Chris Komisak both in the end zone. Johnson gets the call. A yard, maybe 2, and it'll be 3rd and a country mile for Canton.
Yeah, and realistically in this situation, considering where they're at, you would run the ball here. But I think if you're Canton playing against Tulsa, you have to pass. You have to pass the ball here.
This being a pass-friendly set with 3 wide out. Robert Johnson gets a call and has nowhere to go. Absolutely smothered by Miles Gibson, the third-year linebacker. You see the numbers there on Johnson. And it's going to be another punt from Doug Six, this time from his own end zone. This is the deepest he's ever punted on this side of the field by far.
Yeah, literally on the back of the end zone here.
Ooh. Tulsa rushing. Manning, fair catch on the 35.
Tulsa has such good field position. Their defense just stepped up in a massive way here. I think we're starting to see that momentum, that pendulum shift back toward the side of the Desperados here as they're going to start on Canton's 35.
You know, this hasn't been a high-scoring game, but it's been a real exciting game when you watch the offense and what they've been doing and sort of trying to outsmart what the other side is presenting them. And there's been a lot of flow to it, and it's been exciting to watch. JQ throwing backwards to Gabriel Manning, and that is a huge loss. Not sure what to make of that play, Aaron. 2nd and 17.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'll be honest. I think again, just Gabriel Manning going a bit too fast on the comeback, and momentum just carried him a bit backwards. Unfortunate situation for Tulsa, but
JQ over the middle this time, and that will lessen the damage there. It's going to be a manageable third down at least. DJ Hume, welcome to the stat sheet, sir. That's your first catch of the night.
Yeah, and a big correction from that first play by Gabriel Manning. If this was from the original line of scrimmage, that pass would have been a first down. Unfortunate for Tulsa, they don't get it this time.
And this is wild. 5 wideouts in sure field goal range, and it's going to throw it up and nearly picked off. Oh my God! Frank Bernstein had it in his hands and nearly took the board. And JQ's got to feel really lucky that fell to the turf.
Yeah, the sophomore free safety falling victim to Stonehand syndrome, not able to catch that one. It's going to bring out Brooke Beisel for her first field goal of the game. Already has 3 extra points so far.
Beisel 2 of 3 last week, connected from as long as 45. This will be 47 from the left hash. Money in the bank. Brooke Beisel getting it done. And Tulsa has their first points of the second half. It's 24-10.
Yeah, and like I said, the momentum starting to shift toward the way of the Desperados. That drive not finishing the way they would have liked, but still ends with points on the board for Tulsa. Canton's going to look to try and answer here with their second drive of the quarter.
They went 3 and out from their own end of the field. Dillapre will already get the better yardage than they had on that last drive, out to the 24-yard line. And that's where Cameron Curtis and company will step up. Robert Johnson, 11 carries, 49 yards, 8 catches for an additional 20 yards. And he has not been, certainly paling in comparison to Douglas Brown, but he has not been terrible, Aaron. He's been very workmanlike so far in this first half plus.
Yeah, he's been a great workhorse here for the Classics. He get the handoff on that one.
He's had a lot of tough runs like that today. Just a gain of 2. After being stopped there by Miles Gibson again, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, but Rojo has been very serviceable as a short yardage kind of workhorse back here for the Classics. But at this point, I think they need to start thinking a bit bigger with their play calling.
And this is pretty big. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Curtis in the shotgun on the all slants. That is going to be incomplete. Intended for Dillapre Sr. Great defense by the Tulsa secondary, and a huge third down for Canton coming up.
Not very often that you see an all slants pattern come up with no gain, especially an incomplete pass like that one. The veteran Dillapre, though, just not really able to get a good hand on it.
And the ball looked fine, but Skinny Washington was right there.
Yeah, maybe he heard the footsteps got a bit shaken up, which you wouldn't expect for a veteran like Dillapre, but these things happen from time to time.
Same formation from Canton on third down. Well, we see the same play. It's over the middle, and that is caught. Kendra Hall delivers once again. That's a first down.
Kendra. How did you catch this ball? Because
wow, that is remarkable.
That was like full arm extension
against double coverage.
Against double coverage. If Kendra Hall mistimes that by a microsecond, that ball either falls incomplete or gets picked off. Incredible work by Kendra Hall there.
Trips to the other side this time. All sorts of DBs on the field for Tulsa. Curtis over the middle again, and another improbable catch. This time from, I think that's Jack Wall, the tight end, and we've got a player down. Cameron Shaw slow to get up.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see if you're a fan of the Desperados. See what went wrong here.
Ooh,
maybe
that right knee, maybe.
Yeah,
right
maybe
there.
the knee, maybe a twist. Ooh, maybe a twisted ankle though. Kind of hard to tell from the camera angles. We will provide an update on Cameron Shaw's status once we get it here in the booth.
You hate to speculate on injuries on that, like that, but there's no way Cameron Shaw will play football ever again. Twins to the top of your screen on first down. Curtis over the middle one more time. Falling incomplete. Jack Wall feels like he should have had that one. Second down.
See, you say that, Josh, but the doctors here in the SFL, some of the best in the business, able to heal even, ACL tears in the span of a week. It's incredible.
I just want to point out there is no performance enhancing testing happening in the SFL. I don't know how you feel about that. I just feel like that's something we should put out there. Curtis on second down finds Johnson in the flat. Johnson gets blasted. That's going to be officially no gain. I think I was Nate Heslep on the stop. Big third down.
Josh, I think you'll find that all of our SFL athletes are clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle.
No juice here unless it's Gatorade.
No malfeasance of which to speak. Curtis, 5-step drop, big throw, and that's a huge bullet. Twin screw. Wow. Cameron with a quick strike there.
So I implied there is juice. It's whatever Cameron Curtis just put into that football. That was an absolute bullet into the hands of Twin Screw, and he again just slips past his defender and has all the space in the world. And Canton now, for the first time since the beginning of the game, since the initial pick 6 by Skinny Washington, finds themselves with a 1-score deficit to the Desperados.
Outstanding catch and run by Mike Twinscrew. A 7-play, 21-yard drive. The spot is down, kick is up. That's going to be an 8-play. 76-yard drive, excuse me.
Someone check Cam Curtis's gloves. I think he hit some gunpowder in there on that pass.
It was magical. It was witchcraft is what that was. Curtis on the night so far, 24-34. Oh, you can read that. 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. Of course, the pick 6 from Skinny Washington on the opening drive of the game, but he has rebounded magnificently, and Canton is right back where they want to be in this thing. Gabriel Manning out to the 27, and Tulsa perhaps feeling the most pressure they felt on the offensive side of the football so far tonight.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate for the Tulsa defense, the backup free safety, Paula Rebello, not able to keep up with Mike Twinscrew. Granted, Twinscrew, another one of those players on this Canton team that's just an absolute animal.
And there's a completion to Manning on the left side, second and short. And I think that Cameron Shaw injury, Aaron, having a ripple effect there. Shaw goes out, the backup comes in. Cameron Curtis puts him to the test. And it's a test that Mike Twinscrew passed a little bit better than the depth of the Tulsa secondary did.
Yeah, the backup free safety having to come into play corner because of that injury to Shaw.
Brown gets blasted. That's a huge play. And you see the update there on Shaw. May return with the hip situation. Gary Clem, by the way, gave that free head exam to Douglas Brown. Just 3rd and 6.
Yeah, so a strong possibility we may see Cameron Shaw return. You hate to see injuries like that, but thankfully he should be okay. And that one's picked off.
JQ gets picked off by Connor Darien. Career interception number 23 for the 5th-year cornerback. And that comes at just the wrong time for Tulsa.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for JQ. That his 3rd interception on the night. That one finally going to someone not named Bob Funk, though. So credit to the Classics defense there. The veteran corner Connor Darien is going to set up Canton with good field position. Again, we're starting to see this game start to go back and forth. It's starting to get real exciting here in Tulsa.
3 wide set. Robert Johnson up the middle, and the defense converges Nowhere to go, maybe a yard for Johnson. 2nd and 9. Miles Gibson and a plethora of others on the stop.
Yeah, Tulsa's still proving that their run defense is absolutely suffocating in this one, only allowing Robert Johnson 52 on the ground so far on 13 carries.
High snap, but Curtis has it over the middle, and that is intercepted. Tulsa answers with a pick of their own.
Gone.
And this is going to be absolutely gonzo. Lee Palmer, the backup cornerback, coming up with a pick 6. Tulsa's 2nd of the game.
So we were talking about the backup free safety coming in to play corner on that twin screw interception. The actual backup corner, Lee Palmer, comes in though, and guess what? Again, playing a bit of center field, great coverage, gets some great blocks by his defense. There's nobody in front of him, and the backup cornerback comes in off the injury and gets the pick 6 of his own. That's the 2nd for Tulsa's defense here tonight.
Absolute backbreaker for this Canton team that works so hard to get within one score. And just like that, Tulsa pulls away yet again. Brooke Beisel will come out for the extra point. And all the credit in the world to Lee Palmer. Backup cornerback making a huge play at a huge spot. The extra point is good. It's 31-17 with 1:43 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
If this was college, I'd say give that man a full ride, but this is the SFL. We don't have colleges here.
I don't think we have rides either. I could go for a ride so bad right now.
You and me both, Josh.
Beisel on the kickoff. Dillapre from his own 1-yard line. Down to the 26. And can Canton answer now on the offensive side? They have made some big plays on offense, but they've had the 2 pick 6s now looming large. And that's 14 points off of turnovers that Canton does not have. 3 interceptions for Canton, no points at all coming from those interceptions.
Yeah, and realistically, if Tulsa doesn't get those 2 pick 6s, this is a tie ball game.
Absolutely. And that is Komisak on the flat. Able to turn upfield and get a few yards. Chris Komisak showcasing, would you say those are the best fullback hands in the league, Aaron?
No. But I'm biased, so. I am the wrong person to ask that question to, Josh Circle.
The unbiased reporting and analysis of Aaron Alexander. Love it so much.
Of course, I'm not going to say a fullback that's not me has the best hands in the SFL. Come on now.
Tulsa on the twist, and that is deflected and intercepted again. Tulsa coming up with their 3rd pick of the game. And that is number 21, Nate Heslep, the 10th-year vet, coming up with career INT number 43.
Yeah, and that's we're the pendulum is just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Somebody put like a sugar rocket on the ball of the pendulum, and it's just going bonkers at this point. I don't know what it's doing. Somebody help. Somebody get a fire extinguisher, please.
Tulsa starts for Canton's 37 on this drive. JQ hit as he throws, and as he is thrown by Gary Burney, coming up with outstanding pressure there. 2nd and 10.
I don't know how JQ managed to let go of that ball. Granted, good on him, because that's incomplete pass and not a sack, because he was at least able to get it forward, but shoo. Gary Burney coming in hot on that one.
And Tulsa here with a chance to really put some distance between themselves and Canton for the rest of this game. Throwing out to the right side. Douglas Brown has it and cannot get upfield. That's going to be a throw for a loss. 3rd and 11.
Unfortunate that one goes negative for Douglas Brown. For those asking, a sugar rocket is the little engines that like model rocket kits would use.
Those are made of sugar?
I don't think so. I've just heard them called sugar rockets. I don't know what the actual name of them is. I'll be honest with you.
Oh. Q in the shotgun on 3rd and 11. Pressure coming. Down he goes. Big old shot. And I think that was Gary Burney once again. It sure was. Offering words of condolence for the fallen. And he just got Canton the ball back. As Ismailia Farouk, suddenly much busier here in the second half, is off to punt it again.
Somebody put Gary Burney on the ice. That was a heck of a shoulder check there on JQ.
He's magnificent. An untimely 3 and out for Tulsa. And a nice punt that is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. An unfortunate situation, at least for Tulsa. Nice situation for that guy right there. Looking forward to getting back out on the field with 13 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's not quite 13 minutes left in the game, Josh, but it happens. Numbers are weird.
Robert Johnson on the left side. We dropped on the left side of the field, and that will likely be the last play of the third quarter. Can I get some 4s? And whatever other numbers you would like to put in chat. Big game here in Tulsa. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Tulsa, Oklahoma, SFL Action Week 4. Josh Zirkle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. David Ware, Justin Reside on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. The 4s, 12s, and 86 are flying in chat. And the ball is flying and being intercepted once again. A huge pick. What do you make of that?
What I make of that is Paula Rebello, the backup free safety, comes in and makes a pick of her own, and the backups playing in place of the injured Cameron Shaw have stepped up huge here for the Desperados.
Absolutely remarkable. 4th interception of the game for Curtis, and JQ now back on the field, and JQ taking some punishment as Canton seems to have finally solved this Tulsa offensive line. That's Odette Boudreau coming up with a big pressure there. 2nd and 10.
I'm kind of surprised that wasn't ruled a fumble, because that did not look like a forward pass to me. So I think Tulsa got away with one, with that one falling as an incomplete pass.
Douglas Brown. Maybe a yard. You see the stat line there on Douglas Brown, and he has been great so far. But this Canton defense seems to be getting hungrier with every single play. And now a big 3rd down.
Yeah, big credit to the up huge here. They've gotten so much pressure on JQ and have been able to get into the backfield to stop Douglas Brown short.
Just a 3-man rush. Canton drops 8 in coverage. And the gambit pays off. Tulsa well short of the line to gain. And here comes Brooke Beisel.
Yeah, the thing is, though, Brooke Beisel is an absolute cannon for leg, so...
This will be from 43 yards. She connected from 47 earlier and hit a 45-yarder last week as well. Spot is down. Kick is up from the right hash. And that is good. And Brooke Beisel extends the Tulsa lead 34-17.
Yeah, great job by Canton's defense there to stop Tulsa after the interception. The Desperados still going to get points off of now their 4th turnover on the game, as Tulsa now finds themselves up by 2.5 scores.
The Nate Heslop interception, the only turnover where Tulsa did not get any points. And on the other 3, 17 points. And that happens to be the difference in this game right now. Dillapre out to the 24-yard line. And time running out for Canton, but still plenty of time left, I'd say, Aaron.
Yeah, there's absolutely time for Canton to come back in this game. We've just started the fourth quarter. Still just under 10 minutes to go here. Cameron Curtis just needs to shake off these interceptions and start picking better reads downfield as far as his intended targets go. Like that.
And there's another big throw to Kendra Hall. And Hall's going to win the foot race to the end zone. Backup's not doing so great on that play. Canton strikes again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Travis Arthur and Skinny Washington not able to catch up to the burst of speed Kendra Hall shows after that grab. And I was just talking about Cameron Curtis needing to make better reads downfield. And immediately after I say that, call it Commentator's curse or whatever, Cameron Curtis finds a wide open Kendra Hall for her second touchdown of the game. It's going to bring Canton within 10.
Kendra Hall absolutely fooled Skinny Washington on that route. Travis Arthur tried to come over to help, but it was just nothing doing. And Kendra Hall with her second magnificent long touchdown of the game. 76 yards. The extra point is good. And the margin is cut to 10, 34-24.
That pendulum is
getting almost hypnotic, you might say.
You know how when you were younger you would take like the swing and wrap the chains around the bar to like shorten the swing?
Yes.
That's what the pendulum is doing at this point, but the chain isn't hooking around its contact point. It's just spinning in circles.
Guess who else is spinning? Gabriel Manning out to midfield. And Gabriel Manning is going to do the thing. Coast to coast. Touchdown, Tulsa. Kickoff return TD.
And Tulsa gets a second straight game with a kickoff return by Gabriel Manning. That one, 21 in his career for Gabriel Manning, and his second of the season. So Tulsa immediately answers the Kendra Hall touchdown pass with Gabriel Manning doing Gabriel Manning things in the return game.
This game has gone off the rails.
That's an understatement and a half, Josh.
Gabriel Manning in a game where we've seen 7 interceptions, a blocked field goal, 2 pick sixes. So why not? Coast to coast. The legend, Gabriel Manning getting it done. Beisel nails the extra point. And it is 41-24. And Aaron, we still have 9 minutes to play.
Yes, I would like to point out that we've seen a touchdown in almost every form. The only thing that we're missing now is a fumble return for a touchdown and a punt return touchdown. Has that happened in the SFL? I don't know. Is that going to happen in this game? Keep watching. Who knows at this point?
Dillapre from his own goal line. And he will get corralled at the 25. The APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life. Inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. Learn more at apmmusic.com. Cameron Curtis from his own 25-yard line. His team trails by 17 points. Robert Johnson trucks a defender and gets trucked himself down to the 32. And you see the comparison between these two great halfbacks in this game.
Marco Swift just got absolutely launched by Robert Johnson there. Good pickup by Rojo, though. Good for second and short here for the Classics.
Chris Komisak in the game. He is on Curtis's left in the shotgun. Curtis stepping up in the pocket, and that is nearly picked off again. Travis Arthur had a gem in his hands, and he knows it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a rush pass there by Cameron Curtis. Got flushed out of the pocket, had to throw on the run. Looked for Kendra Hull again. Had a decent read on her. Unfortunately, though, Travis Arthur in the zone makes a great read on that ball and almost picks it off, but instead just knocks it away there. 3rd and short here for the Canton Classics.
Yeah, going heavy. Robert Johnson on the left side and has the first down. Despite diving defenders at his feet, that was Jaden Swift that tried to catch him from behind. Johnson too fast for the defensive lineman. And Canton has a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, got to give credit to the pursuit of the defensive tackle there. Almost gets a hand on Rojo. Unfortunately, Rojo just a bit too quick. Not able to stretch enough is Jaden Swift to get a hand on the ankle.
Johnson averaging a steady 4.2 a pop in this game on the ground. And Canton will stay in that heavy set. Johnson close to the first down. Out nearly to midfield. And you see the Canton momentum trying to build itself back up here in Tulsa.
Yeah, the one downside to these pick sixes and kick return touchdowns of Tulsa, their defense is tired. They've been run ragged in this game so far.
Johnson on the left side. And is finally into plus territory. A little bit of confusion on the blocking scheme there, it looked like. But Johnson manages the first down. And another injury for Tulsa. This time it's Travis Arthur.
I did say they were running ragged. They're now ragged and battered. Reaching deep into the depth chart now is the Desperados. It looked like he might have pulled something on that one. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Just a bit of a cramp there for Travis Arthur. Again, we will give you an update when we get it here in the booth.
And so Tulsa now, perhaps dictated by personnel, only going with 4 defensive backs on the field. Johnson up the middle will get a couple yards. And at what point does Cameron Curtis decide to test this Tulsa secondary again?
I mean, realistically, you shouldn't be doing that, but he's thrown 4 interceptions, and 2 of them have been to the backups coming in off of the Cameron Shaw injury. So I don't know.
Looks like they're going to throw here. A big throw down there, and that is in and out of the hands of another backup, and I think that was Paula Rebello once again. Tulsa's
defense proving their mettle here, showing that they have a plethora of talent deeper down on the depth chart that you don't get to see very often because of how few injuries we tend to see here in the SFL. But the backups here for Tulsa have been doing absolute wonders.
Curtis in a 4-wide set, throwing downfield. Kendra Hall again, coming up with a huge catch, and just like that, Canton in the red zone.
And then Kendra Hall makes me eat my words. Because of course she does. Because she's Kendra frickin' Hall. Another great catch by Hall. Nate Heslip put a hand up, tried to block it. Not really able to get anything done, though. Is going to bring Canton into the Tulsa red zone. Kendra almost 200 yards receiving now.
But she's had a couple of bombs that she's managed to bring in. Robert Johnson gets bombed himself. That is Marco Swift at the point of attack with a great tackle on Johnson. A little bow-legged almost, trying to get back to the huddle.
Yeah, Marco Swift paying back that shoulder check from earlier on in this drive.
And these guys are good bookkeepers. They will take some and then give it right back. Maybe not right away, but later in the game for sure. 3 wideouts now for Canton. Komisak in the game as well. Curtis to the numbers. That is caught. Jack Wall, the tight end, bringing it in. It's going to be 1st and goal for Canton.
Yeah, Jack Wall's been pretty quiet this game. That one just his 4th catch on the day. He's at just about 45 yards now.
Extremely modest day for Jack Wall. Can't stay into this heavy set. It has worked for them so far tonight. Johnson bounces outside. He's in. Touchdown.
Yeah, that one a very, very grindy drive here for the Canton Classics, but finally they score a touchdown on the ground. Robert Johnson finally gets a touchdown of his own in this one. And I don't know what to think about this game anymore, Josh.
Well, let's do some arithmetic here. If Rob Evans makes the extra point, that makes it an 11-point game, meaning Canton could tie with touchdown, extra point, 2-point conversion, that is, and a field goal.
Be a 10-point game.
It would be a 10-point game. Now it's a 10-point game.
It's...
This is why I'm in the booth. I can't do stats. I mean...
This is why you have me to do the simple math for you.
I'd be like Enron doing the stats. I'd be like, oh, I'll just make this up. This looks great. I don't know. 41-31 is our score with what has been an outstanding game. And we still have half a quarter to play. Rob Evans will kick this off to Gabriel Manning, who took this to the his on his last return. Less prolific this time, just out to the 25. What do you want to see Tulsa do on this drive, Aaron?
Douglas Brown. Period.
And that's it. Just closed it out.
Yep. Just I don't care if it's in the flat. I don't care if it's on the ground. I don't care if you send him on a wheel route that turns into a streak. Give the ball to Douglas Brown. Hand the ball off to Justin Williams. Run out the clock. You have a 10-point lead. Don't squander it.
Williams is in the game. And there's that backward throw again to Gabriel Manning.
Not as big of a loss this time.
They only lost 3 yards this time. I mean, they're improving. The execution is there.
I think Manning just coming a bit too deep on that comeback route.
And that's a come way back route.
That it is, my friend.
Don't laugh at that. That's so unclever. JQ pump fake. Oh man, that is picked up. Oh my gosh, he was almost gone. Mark Gronick set to turn the tide in this game. Man, I thought he was going to take that to the house too, but he did come up. He did the important part. He came up with a pick.
Yeah, finally. Normally, we don't see anybody covering the flat. Canton finally puts a receiver on man coverage on Douglas Brown, and the linebacker comes up with an interception. And if he didn't step out of bounds, that's a pick 6 on both sides. What is happening?
That is Mark Gronick's 4th career interception in his 6th season. And now Curtis will throw it to Komisak, and Komisak will get down to the 16, and Canton's going to hurry up.
Canton inside of the Tulsa red zone again. They scored last time they were here.
This is the nice thing about close games. The numbers to work with actually get smaller. Kendra Hall on the slant over the middle, and it's 1st and goal.
To think that this game was 21-0 at one point.
Oh, it nearly intercepted. Oh, my goodness.
Miles Gibson.
Get a giant paw on it. The Paula Rabillo is still in the game, and I've not seen Arthur or Cameron Shaw come back from their respective injuries. Marco Swift out there as well. Paula Rabillo, and also Lee Palmer done a nice job of filling in, but my goodness, you'd like to have the starters back in this spot.
Coverage here for Tulsa.
Curtis, 1-step drop over the middle, caught, touchdown, Al Dillapre Sr.
Dillapre finally gets his first actual grab of the game, and it puts Canton potentially just a field goal away from tying this game up. Why did this game get so exciting so quickly? What happened at halftime?
It's just magic. It's the magic of the Simulation Football League. Bask in it, bathe in it, let it wash all over your sensibilities. This is where the action is. Dillapre Sr., that is his first career touchdown in a Canton Classics, first touchdown in a Canton Classics uniform, first of the season. All right, the extra point's in, and since I've banned myself from doing math for the rest of the broadcast, Aaron, what's the margin now?
So it's currently a 3-point deficit.
That is very good news for Canton.
Canton realistically doesn't have to go onside here. Their defense has been doing absolutely wonderful getting stops for their offense. So I don't know what could happen at this point.
28 points in the second half for Canton as they have fought their way back into this game. Despite some miscues on offense, some miscues on special teams, they are still in this thing. And this is where they've really shown in the second half, getting pressure on JQ from their defense, and they are set to do it again here.
Yeah, I feel bad for anyone who left this game halfway through the second quarter because things got exciting once Canton started scoring.
Douglas Brown up the middle, breaking tackles. Gary Burney has to drag him down. You see the stat line there on Burney, but that is another big run for Douglas Brown.
Yeah,
right out of the gate.
And Tulsa going to be in absolutely no rush to get back to the line here. They're going to want to waste as much time as they possibly can to prevent Canton from coming back. Realistically, they're going to want to hit the end zone, but right now they're just going to settle for running out the clock.
Brown again, and he is stopped behind the line big time. A huge stop there.
Ooh.
By J-Rock, and there is the line on Arthur. He is done for the night.
Yeah, torn Achilles. I thought it was something in the calf based on how he was running, but thank goodness we have good doctors here in the SFL. We'll see him again next week. Unfortunately, not going to see him again tonight.
And that may loom significant as this game goes on. Q under center. It's still in the heavy set. Clock winding down. And Canton getting pressure. And Brown is stopped short. That is Mark Gronick coming up with another big stop on Douglas Brown. And 4th and 1. Do you even think about going for it here, or do you trot out Farouk?
With where they're at field position-wise, you trot out Farouk. You get the punter involved. Realistically, you can pick this up with either Douglas Brown or Justin Williams. But if you don't, Canton's already in field goal range.
Excellent point.
To potentially tie the game up, presuming they don't get to the end zone.
We'll see if Canton sends anybody out to try and block this punt. They do not. Dillapre to the 36. And so realistically, Canton only needs to go about 30 yards to have a chance to kick a field goal and tie this game at 41 apiece.
Yeah, I would say 40 just to make it safe. Get to the Tulsa 35. But if you're the Desperados, you just need to get a stop here. Because Canton has the 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts to only get a field goal to take this game into OT.
Curtis over the middle. Twin screw with a big catch. No, it's Jack Wall, the tight end. And Wall comes up with a big catch right out of the gate to get Canton into plus territory.
Yeah, and you can see Cameron Curtis is, when these passes have been completed, he's been punishing this Tulsa secondary. He is at over 400 yards through the air now, which is above what Tulsa has allowed on average. Coming into this game, that average is only about 360 as we hit the 2-minute warning.
The exciting conclusion coming up. Don't touch that dial screen or mouse. Canton looking to tie this game or maybe even do a little better. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Week 4 action here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Josh Circle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. David Ware, Justin Reside on stats. Cameron Irvine producing. Cameron Curtis quarterbacking, trying to get his team down the field for a tying or go-ahead score. And down he goes. The Tulsa pressure gets home. And that is a big stop there for Tulsa.
Yeah, that's a huge sack there by Jaden Swift. Exactly what this Tulsa defense needed. We're not even going to talk about what the Pendulum's doing right now. It doesn't exist anymore. It's blasted off to, I don't know, Saturn or something.
The clock continues to run now, 1:44 remaining. Curtis, short drop, both backs stand to block. And they actually release Johnson to get him the ball, but he's only going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock continues to run.
You got to step it up. You got to speed it up here.
3rd and 10, and they're going to huddle. No timeout. And Tulsa says that is fine with us. Bunch formation to the bottom of your screen. Tulsa looking to press. Short drop by Curtis. Under pressure again. Unleashes the dragon. Kendra Hall can't get it. And the Tulsa secondary. It's 4th down.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Everybody got a touch on that ball.
Oh, goodness. This is not... this needs to be absolutely understood. This is not the final nail in the coffin for Canton yet. There's not a lot of time left on the clock, but Canton does still have all 3 timeouts, and they're going for it on 4th and 10?
Here we go. Curtis in the shotgun. Over the middle. And that is picked off. And they're going to run with it. That's Nate Heslip again. He's going down the sideline. And that is going to do it.
Don't say that. There's still a minute left. Canton still has all 3 timeouts. We could see all manner of shenanigans in this last minute, Josh.
Heslip, his 2nd interception of the game, doubling his total for what he had coming into the week. And that is a huge one. You're absolutely right, Aaron. JQ needs to get a first down here. Exactly 60 seconds on the clock. Brown on the left side. Ken will use a timeout.
Yeah, Douglas Brown picks up about 6 there. So good forward progress for the Desperados. Exactly what they need at this point. Just put the ball on the ground, give it to your halfback. Don't try anything risky, because if you do, it could be the end of your night.
Tulsa staying in that heavy set. Brown again. And Brown nowhere to go. Stop behind the line. Canton will use another timeout. Great job by the Canton defensive line. Getting pressure there. Mark Gronick stepping away from the wreckage. Big 3rd down coming up. Do you dare throw it here?
You need the first down in order to win the game. I think that Tulsa has to throw the ball here on 3rd and medium. It's risky, but I think they need to if they want to win the game.
They give it to Brown, and Brown is stopped behind the line once again, and Canton will use their last timeout. They're going to get the ball back.
So Tulsa's going to punt the ball away. Canton's going to have maybe 40 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have a long way to go. They're going to have a long way to go there. They're going to need at least, depending on if this ball goes in the end zone or not, they're going to need like 60 yards at least.
Delapre with a fair catch on the 23. And as you said,
make that like 50.
Do you even have a shot at it?
Yeah, and that's to get into Rob M's range. They have 43 seconds to do it. The problem is they have no timeouts.
No way to stop the clock.
But Canton does have Mike Twinscrew and Kendra Hall, who have been proven to pull out big catches this game.
Kendra Hall at the bottom of your screen. Comisac cannot get out of bounds. They're going to hurry up.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cam Carter spike this one.
30 seconds remaining. Going play action. And then throw it to the sideline again. Jack Wall this time. He can't get out of bounds either.
They have to spike it. They have to spike it.
They do have a first down.
Going to be 15 seconds.
14.
The
options here are even more limited. It's all right. Go to your happy place. Go to your happy place.
I think you have to trust your receivers here. I think you have to put your trust in Kendra Hall and Mike Twins' crew.
Yeah, I would like to take a shot.
Especially with a battered Tulsa secondary, you have to take a shot downfield.
And now trips to the top of your screen, and that bunch set thrown over the middle again. That is a big surprise to see. And Kendra Hall running toward the middle. I was not expecting that, Aaron.
No, I wasn't either. I would have expected some kind of a go route, maybe a 10-yard post, like a post route. But no, they decide to go inside. This may be the game here, Josh.
Big third down, 11 seconds remaining. Curtis, 5-step drop, throwing to the sideline again. Dillapre is going to be short of the sticks. Not that that matters. They're going to try and line up. They're not going to make it.
They're not going to have time.
And that's your game. Congratulations to the Tulsa Desperados. You just won an instant classic against the Canton Classics. 41-38 your final. Aaron Alexander, your thoughts on the game?
I mean, I have to give credit to the passing game of Canton. They had Tulsa's number, especially in the second half. Huge credit, of course, to the Desperado defense. They're the big reason that Tulsa won this game. Without the 2 pick sixes, the defense, the 5 total interceptions, this is a completely different contest. Oh my goodness, this second half nearly gave me a heart attack, Josh. I need to calm down. Give me a minute.
Absolutely, and it was that pick 6 from Skinny Washington on Canton's first drive of the game that gave Tulsa a 7-0 lead, and they managed to hold that lead the entire game. It was a 21-10 game at the half. Tulsa was up 21-0 at one point, but then Kendra Hall finally connected on a long TD to make it 21-7. Mike Twinsker would add a touchdown later. Kendra Hall again. And then Robert Johnson had a touchdown run as well. And it was the Al Dillapre senior touchdown that made it 41-38 late in the fourth. But then Nate Heslett stepped up again to get his second interception of the game, his 4th of the season. And I was just really impressed with the way both defenses played. It's not often you see great defensive plays in a 41-38 game, but I think we absolutely did here. Both secondaries came to play, and then when Cameron Shaw and Travis Arthur left the game with injuries, I thought Paula Rebello and Lee Palmer as backups did an outstanding job of filling in. And how very fortunate for Tulsa that, as you said, they came up with so many big plays in this game, and they needed every single one of them to hang on to win.
Yeah, definitely got credit to the depth specifically of Tulsa's defense. A big reason that they won this one. Talking player of the game, I'm gonna give it to Kendra Hall despite the loss. Over 200 yards through the air, 2 receiving touchdowns. If it's not her, it's got to be Doug Brown.
I wish we could chop this up into little pieces and give every person in the Tulsa secondary a piece. And
Absolutely.
even give a piece to Miles Gibson too, who played very well, had a TFL. Jaden Swift, 2 sacks in the game. Heslep, those 2 interceptions. Skinny Washington, of course, the pick 6 in the game. Travis Arthur knocked down 3 passes. And really, I thought this was just a game with a lot of standout plays. JQ finished 20 of 33 for 183 yards. He had 4 interceptions of his own. Contrasted against Cameron Curtis's 5. Robert Johnson finished with just over 100 yards from scrimmage. And Douglas Brown, who I thought set up this offense so well, certainly worthy for player of the game. And here it is. It is Douglas Brown finishing with 152 yards from scrimmage. For David Ware, well-deserved indeed. For David Ware, just a reside on stats. For Cameron Irvine producing. For Aaron Alexander, who I enjoy working with so much, my name is Josh Zirkle. We'll see you next time on the internet. Congratulations again to the Tulsa Desperados.